Hello and welcome to episode 77 of the Fools on a Hill podcast, where we bring you the latest news and our expert's opinion on the newest releases in the world of music. I'm Cal, and I'm joined by a very sleepy Yanni and what looks like a quite awake Liam. How are we, boys? Are we good?
Morning, Colin. I'm quite awake. I've been up quite
so
early
woke.
So woke.
I'm
Yeah,
so woke.
we're
And on
recording
that
this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Go on.
I just say
no,
what-
go on. What are you going to say? You carry on.
We're recording this early in the morning, so if we are looking like we're dead, then we basically are. So yeah.
I have just woken up. So, sorry.
Seconds ago, yeah. I just want to say before we carry on that being the woke person I am, that's what it's all about. If you're not woke, then it doesn't matter. But being woke is number one priority. I'd like to desperately try and claw back my statement from last week regarding a certain Canadian band, by the name of Arcade Fire.
Can you do the
You
honors?
two are frozen, so this
Absolutely
feels
not.
really. What? What'd
We're
you say?
here. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
You are here, okay. I thought
Yeah.
that didn't feel good. Some stuff's come out, and so I'm embarrassed, ashamed, concerned, and just want to, wish
It's not shame, mate.
the people involved the best of love, and maybe I'll be less flippant with my exclamation of love in the future. But
A lesson for us all.
we're here.
We are.
Handled like a true politician.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks.
It's early in the morning, so I can't drink alcohol before work. What are we drinking
No?
today?
I've got me gloopy apple
Oh,
juice
not
again.
that shit.
It's a very significantly tame of glass this week though, but it's so good. It's so good.
No, it's disgusting. I'm drinking just plain old water. I don't have much left either, so I might get a little bit thirsty during the recording today.
What are you
See how we go.
drinking, Johannes?
I start every morning right with a leftover Pepsi Max from the night before.
Jesus Christ.
Gross. I hate that you do that.
The pinnacle of
Yeah.
health.
One of my least favourite things
Pinnacle
about it.
of health. The only time that's acceptable is if you've been out on the piss the night before and you've had a Mackey's and there is a flat Coke right next to you. That's the only time that's acceptable.
I just want to say as well that people, please stop releasing records. Just stop for the time being, just for a month, please.
Mm.
I've spent an awful lot of money already on records. You will see quite a few of them in the coming months.
Yeah.
I think in the coming month, to be honest, the majority of them. But my God, and special edition versions of shit as well.
so much.
I am I'm broke, guys. This is a plea to everyone listening and watching. I'm gonna set up a Patreon. You won't get anything from me, but I do need
You
money.
need to go
So
for me, I think.
yeah,
That would be lovely. I would like that
yeah.
as well.
But
Was
yeah,
that the
prepare
full
for
Patreon?
prepare for the next Under the Needle, because it should be quite soon. Actually,
We should really be recording it
Yeah.
today, but busy boys, so we'll record it next week at some point.
Yeah.
What's the story, boys?
Vroom vroom, guys.
Charlie XCX.
She's back, baby. No. Our good time boys are back. AM, Arctic Monkeys, the Monkeys,
The
The
Death Ramps.
the Death Ramps.
The
You know.
Martini Police.
Indeed.
Wow.
They're back. They've announced the new album called The Car. This seems like one of the joke titles they have before releasing the album, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you hear about what they were going to call, like, Suck It and See, like Thriller and whatnot. I won't mention
Gordon
it.
Brown.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. But having listened to a certain song that we will mention,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna. Maybe 23 minutes time. Probably less. Probably
Okay.
more than that.
Locked in 23 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
They
gonna come out
mention
October 21st, by the way. Didn't mention that this year.
Yeah, that's very true. But they mentioned the car in that song, so the car
Yeah.
might actually be a focal point of the record.
Well,
Just put it
I
out
don't
there.
know how true this is because I didn't actually do the research, but
Oh,
apparently
it's good to be back.
all the songs they've played so far live all mention
No.
car.
Not all of them. All of the
Not
new,
all of
all
them.
of the new ones, like Poe Should Approach It, or not new ones, but ones that haven't been in the set for a while.
Okay.
Quite a few of them do mention cars. Yeah.
Yeah. Do me a favor, mention steering wheel and shit like that.
View from the afternoon, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do think that they are looking into it ever so slightly too much.
Yeah.
But that's just me. You know.
Cars are just easy things to include into songs because everyone interacts with one most days.
You say that,
That's an
but
assumption, that Liam.
never included the word car in any songs that we've actually.
The Dream Machine, Yanni.
Oh shit!
Dream Machine is a car.
Well, that's just conceptually it is a car, yes, but
Okay.
But
we've
what does
never
the Dream
actually
Machine
mentioned
mean
the
to
word.
you?
Oh no, we have used the word. Fuck me, we
I've
have.
mentioned buses. in my list.
I know, I don't care about your bus. We have actually used the word car in the
Similar.
song. Yeah.
Similar to transport.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Which was it? No, it's not, or is it the other one that sounds
No,
exactly the
words
same?
to no effect.
That's the one.
Great. The fact that this is on the news today, this week's been really long, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
ridiculous
Did
debate.
we wait? Did you have last week off? Or
No, don't think so.
no? This week's been really, really long because it feels like a lifetime ago this album was on.
I think it's because we're recording on Monday
We
and then
did.
we're recording on Wednesday now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Timing.
Yeah.
So, what a concept. Talking of
Great mad.
concept, this could be a concept album. I don't know. Bjork has announced a record, and I don't
Good
know why
job,
I've
eh?
taken this bit of news because I have no more information. Anyone? I did
didn't
put it
it
on
on,
Notion,
so-
but I forgot to revisit it.
I saw that there's an album, but I.
There's
didn't care
a
to put it
Bjork
on.
album coming. Do your research.
Go on. What do you think we're here for? Go on. Do your own research. God
Bloody
damn
hell.
it.
Yanni mentioned some vital reissues of records, not 6 minutes ago. And the most essential of them all is the 15-year anniversary of Cortina's smash hit of a debut, St. Jude. I know that this is a really formative album for both Yanni and Liam. And they are releasing it on a lovely white vinyl. And there's also an Indies exclusive grey vinyl where the artwork has turned grey. Quite nice.
Wow. Yeah.
They are, but the original
So
St.
indie.
Jude is worth like fucking 400 quid. It's mental. And then there was a
Damn.
Record Store Day re-release of it a few years ago, which is also worth a shit ton of money. So I might
More
pick
than it
these
should
up, despite having the Record Store Day release. Along with that, they have also announced that they are doing a third Heaton Park show some point next year. This is also
Woohoo.
released in January, the reissue. Are you going to go to Heaton Park, boys?
Absolutely going to get on it.
Wait.
Dark fruits,
Flares.
bucket hats, and eckies. I did go to the previous two Heaton Parks, but
course you
I
did.
don't really have any desire to go to this one because it will be the same set list that they've been playing. Well, they'll perform St. Jude in full, which would be good. But yeah, I feel like I've outgrown
God, is that-
Cortinas.
Is
That's my
that a
point.
thing? Taking the eckies at a Cortina's gig.
Oh mate,
Is that-
you should
is that
see the
standard?
state of some of the people. I'd like to say I didn't
Doesn't make me
partake. I was
feel-
stood with Morgan's mum and dad. That was a fun time.
So it's Morgan.
He was there. But yeah, there's just everywhere you look, there's just like your typical dark fruits knobheads
Yeah.
just sniffing their keys and popping pills and probably abusing
taking
people.
all the drugs.
Yeah.
They're taking all the drugs,
All the drugs.
boys.
Leave some for
That's
us.
on the drugs.
So yeah, that wasn't the best. But yeah, I'll probably.
But
not gonna
neither
go
are
to Heaton Park.
Cortinas. There we go.
There we go,
Full
sorted.
circle.
Done.
Next bit of news. It's going to be very minimal. I can't lie because I just saw the headline and thought I'll jump on this. AI rappers, FN Mecca, I think is how you meant to pronounce it. I'm sure it won't be offended. It was signed to a record deal with Capitol Records. That's quite a
Right.
major label. in case you're unaware, and then was subsequently dropped due to gross stereotypes of black culture. There was some words you can imagine that the AI rapper spurted.
Spirited.
And subsequently, like I say, has been dropped from Capitol Records. They come out with a statement that you'd typically expect, which is quite fitting because I watched the Always Sunny episodes. Wolf Kohler, PR disaster.
Public relations
Yeah.
disaster, yeah.
Never apologise. But yeah, yeah, I mean, without this is going to sound horrific, so cut it by all means if it does. What did they expect?
Yeah. That's what I
It's
said to you. If you're feeding an AI rap music over the years, the majority of that rap music is by black artists. And a lot of those use terms that said by other races are derogatory in the simplest form. So what were you expecting? What were you expecting? Of course it's going to happen. I imagine it should have happened straight away, really, if the AI was any good. I just doesn't make. I mentioned to you guys that I read something some time ago about AI bias and like how the people that are trying to make this AI, the ones that care about the world, which that's a bit of a paradox, but they're trying to make sure that like human bias doesn't feed into that and stereotypes and things like that, and how hard that is considering that it's everywhere. And so if you're feeding real life information into these robots, it's mostly going to be biased.
yeah.
And therefore, just don't do it.
Yeah,
Just don't do it.
don't do
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. We don't need AI. There's nothing, unless it's for a very specific reason, and the computer stays a computer and does its shit with artificial intelligence. Fine. Keep it artificial from the beginning. Let's not introduce real people into that, and lives and words and soul, because that's never gonna work.
And that's Liam the scientist.
That's my plea.
Last bit of news. Who wants to take this on?
Our ex-friend Taylor Swift, who, quite frankly, I am appalled that we ever had such an affinity for.
I mean, I never did. I clearly will state that, and you can see through multiple recordings, I have never liked this woman.
You loved Folklore. Don't lie.
She's got some good songs. Wildest Dreams being probably my favourite.
We're not here to praise her, Cal.
No, I was going to say, however, she is a hateful woman, in my humble opinion.
It's not the words you've used on there, mate.
I'm not going to... No, I don't know what you're about. So, little Miss Swift, Record Store Day Ambassador for 2022, has announced that her new album, possibly called Midnight, is to be released at some point in the future, and it won't be available to buy in independent record stores. Just her website, so she can make all her money for all her private jet journeys.
Yeah,
horrible.
Yeah,
the hypocrisy of what's happened is
it's not lost on you.
It's not lost on me. No.
The date, if you were wondering, is the same day that the car is coming out.
That is very true. So everybody get in the
people.
car and stream it, because Taylor Swift cannot beat the boys.
No, she doesn't use cars anyway.
No, very true.
No.
So are we all going to do a mass boycott of this record for her being, honestly, every time I hear news about Taylor Swift, it pisses me off more.
I could have not heard any news this year from Taylor Swift, and I would have boycotted the record. So
I've ordered 10 copies. So sorry, guys.
I hope your fall from the moon was very uncomfortable. Knobhead.
I hope it was a splash upon entry.
Cunt. That was purposely offensive, by the way. Didn't mean that. She has a scab, though. I'll stay with scab. Support local indie record stores.
To be honest, though, last time, wasn't there like a nightmare with other people's record productions coming out because records coming out because
Adele, that was.
of her? Oh, it was Dell. Try to call it
Sorry,
back for
mate.
your Tay.
Just
They tried,
more
but it's
women.
just not going to
We
work.
just hate more women. We just
Yeah,
get them all
yeah.
involved. Always causing issues.
Cunts. Hot off the press.
The Fuzzy Sun band. No, I'm not. It's not going to do that. Fuzzy Sun.
Please leave that in.
Okay. Fuzzy Sun. Oh, I bit my lip. Hang on.
A
Fucking
fuzzy,
hell.
Oh, bloody
fuzzy
hell.
sun.
Fuzzy Sun
That's so fun.
are back.
Wait, who are we
Um,
covering?
Fuzzy
Son of
Sun.
Sunny
The
Fuzz.
fuzziest of suns.
Okay.
They're back with their latest single, Money. I believe this is the first single they've released since they've had another lineup change. I don't know.
Oh.
Ah.
Is this so? They've had a line change since the album with the little blow up. Dot?
Yeah, I believe so. I also think that was an
Balloon
EP,
dot.
despite having like 12 songs.
Yeah,
on.
it was an EP.
This is very different to what I've
Mm.
heard from Fuzzy Sun. The vocals
Definitely.
sound different. It doesn't sound like Kyle, I think his name is. It sounds just different. And I also think this is
Kyle.
something that Kasabian maybe should have done on the last record. It would have been better than The Alchemist Euphoria.
Quite Kasabian,
Mm.
yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it would have been a step back if they would have done this. Not that what they
Compared
did was a step
to-
forward.
Well, it's better than The Alchemist Euphoria. That's what I'm getting at. Maybe not as good as West Rider.
Bold words.
Quite difference there.
Very
Um,
controversial opinion there, Cal.
Yeah, this song I was immediately bored by it. I can't lie. I just
Yeah,
did
I
not
was.
care about this whatsoever.
Sorry, so funny.
The
Oh,
fuzziest of
Jesus
suns.
Christ.
Fuzzy Sun. Sorry, but yeah, I was also bored. I didn't find this very interesting.
Mm.
Well, sorry, boys. Joe,
Joe.
Liam,
Joel.
thank you. Back with Figure You Out. This is Joe Keery, Mr. Steve Harrington. We know this at this point.
If you still
Yeah, because, you know,
persist on saying
yeah,
the full name.
keywords for YouTube.
Keyword.
Growth. You can hashtag it now.
Yeah, aye.
You can
and all
get all the Stranger Things weirdos in. I like Stranger Things. I don't know why I did
that.
that.
Weirdos. Can I just say? Can I interrupt here now?
No.
I'm interrupting regarding Stranger Things. Okay.
Well, now's the
Me
time,
and
I
Lydia,
suppose.
for some reason, don't ask why. I've been watching Celebrity Gogglebox on all four.
Yep.
And we started at the latest
Why don't you
one
just
and
sit
went
down?
backwards.
Like,
No,
That took him way too
took me a
long.
second. That took me a second. That was good, that, fair play. Well done there.
Thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
no.
Yeah. So we started from the latest one and worked our way backward, which is a strange way to watch people watch TV. But, you know, it's funny. People on there are quite funny. And they watched quite a few episodes of Stranger Things.
yeah.
And so I watched like the finale first, and then worked my way back. I've got to say, Cal, it looks shit.
It's,
It really does
it's
look
not shit, but the VFX are very weird, this series.
No, the VFX is fine. The actual program just looks shit. Like the acting's not great. Story doesn't seem good.
The first series
So, I want your opinion.
is absolutely incredible. Second series was less good because, like, the point of the first film is that you didn't know what the big bad was, so it was actually quite scary. Well, I say scary, and like,
Terrifying.
yeah, absolutely petrifying. Couldn't sleep. But there was like actual like suspense, and then the second series they kind of didn't really live up to that, in my opinion. Third series they tried to make it like a bit of a comedy, which it worked.
Hmm.
And then the fourth series is definitely the best series since the first. But
Okay.
I can understand why people don't like it. But Yanni, I know you've tried the first episode a few times.
I have
I just think,
several times.
have you got to the second episode? Either of you?
Yeah.
I think I've watched up until like the third episode.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just need to. I don't know. You just need to carry on with it. I
I
know
just-
You didn't really sell it then, mate. To be honest, knowing that after that first
they're still
season,
good.
it's worse.
They're still
Mm,
good, but they just don't live up to the first series.
Not sure about that.
dunno.
But,
Well,
Um,
I really like it. I think it's a good show.
and the scene,
Well, that's
the
good, mate.
running up that hill scene wasn't very good. as
No,
well.
but the fact that you've watched it,
So the fact that's like a big cultural
the fact that you've
impact
watched it
is
backwards, Liam, means you don't really have much of a say because there's obviously like
I picked up,
Emo-
I picked
emotion.
up on context clues. I knew what was going on. I knew Max, something was going on with Max. Blah, blah.
yeah,
I get it. I've basically watched the whole series. I don't need to watch it again.
but yeah,
okay?
you'd understand that she had trauma from series 3, so it is emotional. It's good. Just
yeah.
But anyway,
Bummer.
this track, Figure You Out, in my opinion, is the best we've heard from Joe probably ever, to be quite honest. I just hit his his voice sounds the best it's sounded. It's just really good.
Oh, what was that?
I tried to do it only once.
Was he saying Vecna because we were talking about Stranger Things?
He's taken over.
Yeah, I thought this was just quite enjoyable, well produced. More Tame Impala vibes I was getting from this again, as we've commented on previously from the other songs that are on this album. But yeah, I'd agree this is probably the best one so far.
I agree.
Sick.
And something about the like the bass and the bass drum, that kind of pattern, reminds me of Michael Jackson. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a particular song or thing, but him, exactly, yeah.
He,
Okay.
him, yeah.
Ow.
Elton John and the return of Britney
Once again.
Spears.
Badge.
She's back with the remix. Because, come on, let's not kid around. It's not a fucking brand new song. Yeah, there's an extra couple of verses in.
Sorry?
It's a fucking remix of Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer, or Tiny Dancer.
It's called Tiny Dancer. Yeah.
Tiny Dancer.
Tiny.
He's such a small man. He's everyone's favourite nan. But yeah, it's called Hold Me Closer, this song. It's god awful. I can't stand this at all.
Yeah, my question is just why?
I had the one word review, which was also why. So
going from
why?
Yeah, going from the worst to, well, for my opinion, the best this week. Arctic Monkeys, we mentioned them before. The song they've released is called "There'd Better Be a Mirror Ball," and this. I was just going to go off a little bit. This song's bloody beautiful, in my opinion. This is the most beautiful song I think Arctic Monkeys have ever released. I don't know if I've mentioned this when we've covered them before, like when we were doing our introduction to us, but I've never felt emotion for an Arctic Monkeys song. I know that sounds weird, but like I've never
Not
had.
even on Cornerstone.
No, I literally haven't. I don't know what it is, but I don't get any sort of feeling from an Arctic Monkeys song at all.
Wow.
I don't know if it's because of the time that I got into them that I know, because you'd expect nostalgia, but I literally don't. I don't get any. I don't get anything from them. But this song, I felt something for the first time when listening to an Arctic Monkeys track.
You do like Arctic Monkeys, though, don't you?
Yeah, I love them. But it sounds weird. It sounds like I'm dissing them, but like I mean, like I've never had like any overwhelming sort of emotions before, or nothing that's really hit me. But this did. I don't know if it was the mix of the strings, the tempo of the track, and everything combined. But this, yeah, I fucking love this one.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? To quote the man himself, it is particularly puppety, in my opinion. It gives me massive soundtrack vibes, a bit Bondy. Not Johnny Bond from Catfish and the Bottomman, James Bond. Formerly of Catfish and the Bottomman, should I say? Sorry. Yeah, the strings are a big fat chef's kiss, in my opinion. I don't think you can ever go wrong with adding strings to a song. It always works. I'm going to use my favourite word. It's stunning.
Wow.
It stunned me.
It's a slapper.
It is.
Hi, I'm Liam Godfrey.
Hiya.
Here with controversial opinions on Arctic Monkeys. I'm going to take you through my thought process on this song. So, the intro, unbelievable. Okay, I just want to put that out there. And I don't make any opinions on the rest of the song based on that. Just the intro, I'm telling you right now, is incredible. And the way it builds to that repeating motif with that kind of off note, and the way it gets to that and then repeat is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The rest of the song, also beautiful. You're expecting something different. You're expecting something different. It's also beautiful.
I did see that coming, to be honest, mate. I can't lie.
But the intro, I want to say in particular, the intro is incredible. Yeah, I think it sounds stunning. I really like the sound of this song. Although I do fear, in a similar sense to Tranquility Base, I love the sound. I love the aesthetic. Though I don't enjoy the song. Let me just pause there. That was my point with Tranquility Base, and I'm worried that's going to happen with the car. However, the more I've listened to the There'd Better Be a Mirror Ball, I do like the song. But at first, I had a similar issue. I was concerned: is there a song here that I can't grasp onto? But there is, and it's good, and I think it's very well written. I don't understand the mirror ball part, and I do feel lyrically like that is a kind of, it just doesn't make sense and feels like it's just there because it sounds cool. But the rest of the lyrics work really well, and that irks me a little bit.
Okay, so I've got two questions. You mentioned
Okay.
about you not knowing if you're going to like this album in terms of songs. Have you listened to the live version of I Ain't Quite Where I Think I Am anymore?
I've only listened to that first recording. I know I've seen there are better ones.
Okay, but
So
sounded
no problem.
that sounded quite different to Mirrorball. I was
Yeah.
very surprised when I wouldn't say it sounds like Tranquility Base, but it's definitely from the same world. So I was surprised that it was so that side of the fence. Has this made you want to, or have you gone back to Tranquility Base and grown up?
I actually planned on doing that before this recording, but I just didn't get around to it. So no.
Journalism,
no,
everyone.
But I will. I might do it today, actually. But like, yeah, I definitely don't expect that the rest of the album's going to be like Mirrorball. Because this seems like an intro song, and I know that other song, I can't remember what it's called, that you just mentioned,
I Ain't Quite Where I
is the
Think I
second
Am.
song on the album. And from what I've heard of that, it's obviously a lot more kind of upbeat, more
got
of
the
a
funk.
kind of song. So I expect that that's probably going to be what the rest of the album's like. There's just a slight concern. I'm going to have to listen to that again, aren't I, just to see.
I think you
I'll
must.
just wait till the car and make a decision.
Yeah, I was gonna. To be honest with you, boys, I wasn't listening to anything you've just been discussing. I presume it was about why have you not gone back to Tranquility or something.
Well, yeah,
like
I
that.
mentioned about I Ain't Quite Where I Think I Am, and then has it made him want to go back to Tranquility Base?
This because we've mentioned it, and I know we've specifically touched on this, Carl. We talked about Tranquility before, and I said that I wasn't really that bothered about 1 Point Perspective. And you were like, oh, a gasp. You were.
I was a gasp.
However, since watching the Red and Lee's performance and then this song, that suddenly shot up. I've had that song stuck in my head, which is odd. Also, Liam, you asked about the mirror ball not making any sense. I'm on Genius, the pool of knowledge, and it's maybe referring to One Last Dance because the song seems to be about a breakup, so it's kind of like referring to the last dance.
Anything in the lyrics that's like that they're gonna go somewhere. It's as if she's walking him to the car to leave, but wherever they're going, there better be a mirror ball.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like One Last
It
Dance.
doesn't imply that they're going together to me.
Yeah, so that's
maybe
the
I'll
point.
just need to
So
look at that
they're
again,
not going together, but he wants one last dance.
I think it's clear for everyone else, Liam, just you.
You are
so we're going to move on.
Bit,
yeah. I had one more thing to say as well regarding the song. And again, I will repeat that I really do like this song. Is 1 Point Perspective the one about the Martini Police, or is that something else?
No, that's
Star Treatment.
Star Treatment, yeah. The best song Arctic Monkeys have ever released.
Star Treatment's very good. How does 1 Point Perspective go?
Dancing in my underpants. I'm
yeah.
gonna run.
He loses
right, okay, yeah.
Thoughts.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, Alex in the room.
That was perfect, I've got to say. Alex's voice in this song, Mirrorball, I can't fully glue with it. I'm not fully convinced. It really, the way he pronunciate and accentuate certain consonants and things like that.
Rachel Riley's fucking creaming here.
Smashing countdown.
He wishes.
But it just feels a bit too forced for me still.
Well,
and maybe that's because I never really got massively into Tranquility Base, so I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
But it just feels like a bit...
in short, yes.
I watched the Reading performance, and I think the first 45 minutes of what they shown, I was fucking fuming that they cut both That's Where You're Wrong and Potion Approaching. pissed me off, that BBC. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Did they? That's so
Um,
shit.
it, I thought the first part of it, he sounded probably some of the best vocal performance he's ever done. That was really bad English from me, but you get my gist. And then when the slower songs started coming in, Cornerstone and 505, and he starts lingering on words and forcing the melody to change, it does gripe me a little bit. I don't know if that's because I know the song so well, but the fact that he's still singing
That
in
drawl.
that style on these songs, it doesn't irk me because this is just how the song's meant to be sung. I don't know what point I had there, but it was just a statement.
Okay, well, I agree with your statement. It
Thank you.
was annoying me when I was watching it. The fact that he just molds the melody to work in a different way, and
It
I
doesn't
feel like
work.
sometimes it didn't work at all.
No.
It was a complete juxtaposition against the rhythm.
I wasn't ready then. I wasn't ready. You said ready, but I wasn't ready.
Ready, Freddy. Yeah, it was completely against what the rhythm was doing. Whereas, like on the new ones, he'll manage to make it sort of flow nicely between it, so it doesn't feel like he's got an actual melody. It seems like he's just sort of letting it go, and it works. But yeah, on those older ones, like you say, it's too much, and it is annoying because we all know those songs. It's like Paolo changing it up.
Yeah,
it's like there's something you shouldn't change
unless you're going to change the whole song, which Paolo did do and we didn't like. Then I just feel like either don't play it or play it how it's meant to be.
Was it? It was. I think it was Arctic Monkeys that played Glastonbury some years ago, and they played Cornerstone or 505 or something, just with an orchestra. Is that am I making that up?
Mardibum.
Was it Mardibum? Sorry,
they
it
did
wasn't
Cornerstone as well with the thing. The orchestra was arranged by Guy Garvey from Elbow.
Oh,
knowledge.
Well then, lovely Elbow. And that worked. I feel like that makes sense. Is to do something like that. Is to completely kind of change the surroundings of the song, but keep the song itself the same. Makes sense. But I haven't seen the Redman performance, so I'm not sure.
I advise
weigh in on that.
It was good, and then it started to kind of.
I'm already upset that they cut those two songs because I'd like to see those two songs.
Yeah, I mean, That's Where You're Wrong is one of my favourites. So
as soon as I saw that on the set list, I was meant to message you about it, but I completely forgot.
Yeah. Moving on, The National featuring
Bon Iver.
Oh, fucking good job he's awake, isn't
it? With the song "Weird Goodbyes." This grew on me as it went on. Initially, I was a bit sort of.
It went on.
As a little what? What did you say?
Sorry, and I said, and it went on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that was the other half of that sentence.
Sorry.
When I saw this written on the,
it worked better if we were in sync.
Yeah,
it would.
Bye.
When I saw this written on the list, I was rather excited, but fucking hell, it bored the life out of me. Really did.
Well, yeah, I was in the car while listening to this, and it didn't really.
The car.
Ding ding. I only noticed kind of what was going on because I was like, is this song still playing? Like 25 minutes later. But I liked it as well. Generally, I don't think there's an awful lot to kind of talk about, but I liked it. I liked Bon Iver's backing vocals. Sounded good. I wish it was maybe a bit more. And I think the lyrics are good in this song. Very good.
I'd like to get into The National, but I just can't.
Do you know what? The other day, when I was on a bit of an obsession of a certain band, I situation. I thought I need to. At this point, I was thinking I need to find another band to get into because this is too much. I'm listening to this band too much, and I put on The National. That was the band for some reason. I think maybe Spotify recommended it as fans of Arcade Fire, like The National. And put it on and straight away turned it off. Just wasn't interested.
Yeah. I quite like their song Mr. November, but I would never really put it on. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that auto correctly to say this? Marcus Mudford, Mumford, without his sons, has come back with another new song off his upcoming record. The song is called "Better Off High." I thought this was pretty average overall. But one thing that really pissed me off every time it came in was those fucking distorted drums that kept on whacking in. They were so jarring and did not fit anything else that was going on. The mix of them was awful. It did not work. So yeah, not an enjoyable experience for me listening to this track.
No, I didn't think it was bad by any means, but I'm fucking sick of this man. I just am. Except for Ted Lasso, you know. I mean, I don't really just watch Ted Lasso for the music, but you know, if it means there's more Ted Lasso, then feel free to carry on, Marcus. But yeah, I don't. Please stop putting him on the list. I'm not listening to his album when it's released. I'm telling you that now.
My initial thought of this song was, well, first of all, it was a sort of picture of him, and he looks like quite a hunk. And so I thought it was some sort of play on words there. Marcus Hunkford was the best I got from that. That's irrelevant.
Marcus Hungford.
Yeah, well, we don't know, do we?
You can only imagine. Why else were the Suns scared off?
Fascism.
Hitler Youth. This song, my initial actual thought of the song was that Marcus Mumford has entered his Ed Sheeran era. It felt very Ed to me in parts. I don't know why. Can't put any more information into that. But I got a bit of young Ned in this track. But overall, I quite liked it.
Oh, you would.
Right.
Friendship
I
over.
quite like it. It was all right.
Fuck off. Phaser Days. We're going to cover next with the song Break. This was very meh.
Yeah.
Didn't really like this at all, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday we only had songs up until Mirrorball, and then we had these 4 songs. So the last 3, and then the next one, and none of them did it for me. I'm gonna just spoil the next one.
I'm not surprised about that.
I was having my morning cack, and I was fucking bored out of my mind listening to this. I hated it.
Yeah, I kind of like the sound. It just felt like a better, more refined Wet Leg. Anyway, I actually prefer this to Wet Leg, and I think the song itself is quite similar, but it's quite repetitive and not very exciting, unfortunately. That's that.
Okay.
Talking pure excitement.
Yeah. Confidence Man. Feet. Chai. With the song.
It's not a good mix for me, is
Chai.
it? This?
No, it's not.
Chai are everywhere at the moment. I feel like they're in every
They really
song.
are. Yeah. With the song Angry Girl. Angry Girl is an existing song that was on Confidence Man's the most recent
Tilt.
album. Indeed. And Chai are basically just, it's kind of like a remix, kind of not. It's basically the same song that Chai just sings some lyrics over parts instead of the singer of Confidence Man, the lady singer of Confidence Man. So they suit the track. Chai's energy, vibe suits this energy. However, I feel like the switching of the vocals actually takes away from. This is going to sound really stupid because of the word I happen to use. Takes away from the energy overall of the track. What I meant is Chai suit the sound, but I don't think it works mixed in with this track.
Just go full Chai or
yeah.
Right.
I think because the original is obviously, I'm not sure what her name is, but the lady from Confidence Man, and the kind of the whole vibe of that song is she's an angry girl, and it kind of works with her just saying things the whole way through the song, and the breaks and that kind of, I agree, doesn't feel great. I think the Chai, it's strange, it's like the perfect kind of key for them, and so it works in that sense, but other than that, to say some things I think in Japanese, like some of the lines about being what's it? Something that off the meds. Something.
Oh yeah,
Come on, lines.
yeah.
I'm sure they say that. They don't say that, and I couldn't work out what they were saying, so I assume it's Japanese.
What, you don't speak Japanese?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
I can say konnichiwa and arigato. Very Japanese accent as well, heavy, thick Japanese.
Arigato.
Patois there. What was I going to say? But yeah, I just think actually now talking about it didn't need to be on this list. I don't think it's really worth talking about.
Oh well.
And I think the original is.
I thought we had quite an interesting.
We did
that was,
actually,
yeah.
yeah.
You did well, Yanni.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I though
Worked out.
was very glad this was the last song I had to listen to for the week. So yeah, but
Before we do moving on to the next thing, Harlem. We were originally, the plan was to do a double ender spotlight. However, me and Cal both could not be fucked with that idea. So the one that we aren't going to cover, Liam has listened to in full, and it's going to give you a very brief synopsis.
Brief being the key word there, Liam.
Yeah.
I'm quite upset you guys didn't listen to this.
Yeah.
Album. The album is Ezra Furman's a new album. What's it called?
You listened to it, everyone. All of Us Flames.
All of Us Flames, yeah. I can't remember exactly what the word is there, but All of Us Flames. I think it's a very solid album. It's quite different to her previous stuff, I think. Lyrically, it's all very much centered around her identity as a trans woman, as a Jewish woman, and it's a lot about like relationships and things like that. It's about trans history and things like that. It's all quite interesting and very well written. I think she's a very good lyricist. And musically, we listen to the singles. It's all quite similar, quite like cinematic in a sense, and I think it works very well. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't really have much more to say really if we're not doing track by track. So
any highlights for you?
The singles are all great. There's also the song. Again, I'm shit with names. I should really get the album up.
Does it have "Point Me Towards the Real" on?
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that song.
There was one song that came on, and I was like, I don't recognize the name of this song as a single, but I know this song, and I was really confused, trying to work it out, and then I realized Temple of Broken Dreams it was. I think it's a song that she did on that live video that we watched. But I couldn't find that on YouTube, which I was confused about as well.
What?
Check.
So it's not there
Yeah, I think that one's really good. Yeah, all the singles are great. I think the opener's really good. Train Comes Through, that works well, and I like the closer as well. Come Close. And there's a song in the middle about Ali Sheedy and the Breakfast Club. And I loved Ali Sheedy and the Breakfast Club, so worked out for me. And that's about it. I don't feel too qualified to speak about the lyric points, I suppose, but I think it's all very well written and emotionally driven points, and it's a solid album. You should check out.
Thank you, Ian. That was great. Now to move on to the singular album spotlight.
Callum, you were off with your 23 minutes, by the way.
Well, yeah, we were talking.
We crossed over the 23 minutes point during the conversation, but we started around 20 minutes.
Ever so close.
Sorry.
Stella Donnelly is the artist. The album, you might be asking, is called Flood. And that is what we're going to cover. We're going to go through track by track because that's what we do by now. Come on, get with the program.
Catch up.
The first song, Lungs. We've covered this one when it first came out. This is one of my tracks of the year. I bloody love this track.
You took the words right out of my mouth, you honest.
Must have been when I was kissing you.
Mirror.
Lovely.
Mirror.
Moving on. To the next.
I actually have to say about the song. Sorry.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, don't. I don't. I was thinking of a different song. No, I really love the song. Yeah, I really love the song too. Let's carry on.
Fucking hell. Moving on to the next one. How was your day?
It's been
Question
alright,
mark.
thank you, mate.
Thanks, cheers, mate.
Question mark.
Yeah, mate.
I enjoy this one. A solid chorus. Nice transition into the next one when we get onto that as well at the end of this. But yeah, I don't remember when we covered this, but we must have because it's been out for a while.
Yeah, I don't remember covering this.
We
either.
didn't.
Did we not?
God
Were
damn
we
it.
off
You
that?
must have missed this one.
Maybe that was when you were abroad. But yeah, this is a song that I feel like I've known for ages.
Maybe you did
Like,
listen to it when it came out.
Longer than when it came out at the start of this month. Well, start of August. Just in case this comes out later than August. But yeah, I enjoy this one. One of my favourites as well off this album.
Very good. I liked the contrasting vocal delivery from verse to chorus. I thought that really accentuated the chorus when it came in. It was just a bloody lovely tune.
Yeah, I think it's very nice. I agree with the verse and chorus comment there, Cal. I think that it worked really well. Some of the guitar lines remind me of dry cleaning stuff. Kind of similar to that. It reminds me of, and I think this maybe plays into what you're saying, Jan, of like around like Kate Nash era of music a little bit. I feel like could have come out around the same time as Foundations and fit well. Like it kind of has that nostalgic feeling to me.
Okay, that might be it then. I was wondering where you were getting with that, and you suddenly brought up Kate Nash's name. I was like, what are you trying to get at?
We all love Kate Nash. And musically, it kind of reminds me. Well, as in total, it reminds me of some of the stuff from Tongue's last album. Remember Tongue? The album about death. Do you remember that album?
No.
I covered it. It reminds me about that. But yeah, I really like the song. I think it's a very, very good song.
Lovely. Callum, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you, mate.
Okay. Moving on. Restricted Accounts. Nice little tune. I thought the ending was enjoyable with all the horns that came in. This is going to be a theme of most of the album. There are quite a lot of slower songs, which I think maybe the structure of the album is maybe what makes it worse. Because I like the songs, I just don't like hearing them when I hear them. This one's not so bad because it's the first one, although it does seem weird being 3 songs in and immediately slowing everything down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed the song, even if I thought that maybe the... Oh, no. Just shut up, Yanni. Moving on.
I absolutely loved this track. I put wow twice in my note, which I must have liked it. I think I liked it because I was surprised at how early in the track list it came, and it just kind of like made me sit up and take notice, and just kind of like it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. But I completely agree with your point, Yanni, that this album is full of songs that are just too slow, and it does get to the point where it's a bit of a, this is going to sound harsh, but a bit of a task to get through it, especially when you're listening to it for review purposes. So I think that kind of probably hinders this track. But I'm glad this was the one that was here because it allowed the track to have its moment in the sun. I'm going to stop talking now.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, and I'm probably just going to say the same thing in a different sense, but I agree that I think this song comes in a good place, but it hinders the rest of the next like song, and also because it starts this kind of period of slowness. But yeah, the album in general, I agree, is too slow.
Okay.
Or badly organised. But there's so many songs, I don't know how else you'd organise it.
Yeah, that is the problem, isn't it? Moving on to Underwater. This is where I've made the comment of, do I need 2 slower tracks right next to each other? Boy, was I not prepared for what was to come. The track is good. But yeah, it's just the comments we've just made, so I'm not going to linger on it.
Yeah, I just put it was a lovely track, but I too wasn't prepared for the barrage of slowness.
Vocals are really good on this song. I think it's a nice song for sure. But yeah, Agree.
Yeah. And then moving on to medals. I like the lyrics in this. I think that all the sounds on this track, in particular the synth, was very pleasant to the ears. And I love the sort of chord changes in the chorus that seemed quite atypical, but really sort of made the track stand out in its own sort of way.
Yeah, good point. I like the riff in this one. I don't know what instrument riff that would be because I haven't written it down, nor have I gone back to it. But I thought it was another very nice track.
I mean, I agree. Most of your comments, Jan, about the music just being really nice in this one. But yeah, it suffers so much from being a third slow track in a row.
Yeah, man. Moving on to Move Me. The pre-chorus, I think it's the pre-chorus, it might be just the chorus. There's a stop-start sort of part of this track that comes back again. But for some reason, it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know what it is about it, but I just don't enjoy it whenever I hear it. So it really puts me off this track whenever I hear that section of the song being played. Unfortunately, so yeah, that's my only comment on this.
I think this is the one where her voice really stood out for me. The melody in this just made me enjoy it, and I just think it worked really well. Yeah, that's me. My 2 cents.
Liam,
Has he frozen? He's definitely frozen.
he's very still, isn't he?
Oh, it's like a waxwork. Madam Tussauds.
Yeah, let's fly through it. So we won't hear from Liam. He crashed.
He might send a voice note.
He might do, might not. Moving on to Flood. I still enjoy this one from when... Whoa! Callum's fuming. I still enjoy this one from when we reviewed it previously. It's not grown on me. It's not become worse. Same mindset.
Yeah, I thought it was another good tune.
Yeah, sound. This week...
Lovely.
I needed something more energetic at this point.
Fair.
I was really struggling.
Yeah.
He was too. Oh my. Too many my's in that.
Yeah.
I like this, but again, I'm dropping off.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I know that if this was placed at a different part of the album, I would have really enjoyed it, but I was flagging. However, that was not the case with the next song, Morning Silence.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God. Wow.
Fucking beautiful song.
Wow again. The harmonies. Oh my Lord. I think this has potentially overtaken Lungs as my favourite song.
I've only listened to it the once, so I can't say that yet.
I was struggling to get through it, but in a good
great
way.
song. I felt like after listening to the next track, which we'll talk about momentarily, this should have been the closer. I feel like.
Yeah.
Not that all albums need to finish on sort of slower, stripped back song or whatever, but I felt like this one, because it is so different, because it's just like mainly acoustic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's very roomy. And I feel like it tied together the whole message of the album better, maybe.
Yeah.
But I felt like that could have been a closer, and then it would have separated the slower ones as well a bit more. But the last song, like I just mentioned, is called Cold, and I really like this one as well. Probably because it was upbeat, so I was happy to hear it. But it's a strong way to go out as well.
I completely agree. I really like this this song. I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. I was typing then, so I didn't hear what you said, but I assume that you said that the placement was wrong. And if you didn't say it, I know that you're thinking it. Her voice sounded lovely again. It was a good end, but I feel like it would have had more impact if it was earlier on in the track list, just to break up some of the slower ones, and then Morning Silence could have had its place in the sun right at the end.
Yeah,
but
basically
I
said that.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I'd have just liked a bit more of a higher BPM sometimes.
Indeed, that is the overriding theme of the album. We'll rate it just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, let's.
I'm gonna say, Callum, you should rate it first.
Yeah, that is how we do it. I'm gonna give it a 7, I think. Oh, Liam might be back, everyone. So you just in time to rate it.
You're gonna give it a 7, yeah? We've bypassed everything. We're on the ratings. We've not bypassed it. We've talked about it. Oh, just don't be it.
That's all well and good. But I'm not. I've just restarted recording, so
Has your recording saved? That's the question.
I saved up to the point where we were talking about the song just before "Move Me."
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. As long as you're up to, that's fine. We can deal with that. I think that is where you cut out anyway.
And you just carried on, did you?
Yeah, we just carried on.
You told us that your laptop crashed, and I've got places to be.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you have any
people to
overriding
see.
thoughts? Tell me that Morning
really-
Silence was your favourite song on the record and be done with it.
I really like "Morning Silence." It's not my favourite song on the record. I enjoyed "Move Me." "Blood's" obviously great as a single. "This Week" great, and I really liked the closer, I think. But
Cool.
Did you
the
like
rest
it
of
as a
don't
closer,
matter, so
though?
it's
Or did you
fucking
think that
muddled
Morning
my head.
Silence should have been the closer? Well,
It felt like
I'll give it a
strange,
7, Liam.
fake. Oh fuck it! I'm sorry. This playing so loud in my ear. Why is it playing so loud? Yeah, it was a strange, kind of fake ending, wasn't it? Am I thinking of the right album here? It felt like it should have been a closer, and then it went into cold. Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
So yeah, I kind of agree. But I also like "Cold" as a closer as well.
What
Okay.
would you rate it?
Yeah, what would you rate it, Liam?
Cam, what did you rate it? I missed.
7.
Don't base it on my rating.
No, I'm not going
sheep.
to. I know my rating. But it was 7. Okay. Well, I actually also rate it a 7.
And funny enough, I've only given it a 7 as well. 7's all around.
7's all round.
So median even
7.
range
7. 0.
stinker.
Absolutely
That's
not.
been the pod. I hope you've enjoyed it. Use the things below to find out where we are if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, go to Fools on the Hill podcast, and then go there, subscribe, like, comment everything that you want to comment.
Do it all. But be nice, please.
And send Liam some money to buy a functioning laptop, please.
And the Cortina's reissues. Don't forget, he really wants them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. And on that note, I love you all. I had a Taco Bar last night. I'll tell you that
Oh,
now.
you bitch.
Which one's rub it in? And that's that. I need to go for a poo though. So that's all
Yep.
everything you need to know. Have a lovely rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
And goodbye.
Waves. Keep on waving. Keep on waving.
Sorry.
Sorry?
What? Are you out of tempo?
I hit the microphone then when I clapped.
Oh, sorry.
For fuck's sake.
Very clear peak.
Pete!